I think it must be Tabula Rasa, 2014. Yeah, I think it was amazingly enough like a motivational song for me. Yeah, because it was very rough. It was a rough time. I think I was still in court.
Okay.
Yeah, I was sued for contract breach, and then I was still in court, but I needed to get myself out of that space.
Okay.
And music is always the go-to.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
write a song, just write a song, just put it down, just put it down. You know?
Okay.
And so never look back was like me telling myself, no matter how this plays out, we're going to go through with it.
Yeah.
And I knew that if the song was well written, if my poetry and soul and melody all come together nicely, it could actually be a freaking great record. And yeah, that's exactly what we finally got in the end. So I also wanted to make sure that whoever listens to the song gets to connect on their own level without having to say, oh yes, yeah, he's going through something, yeah. Oh yeah. So I didn't have to mention anything about the exact struggle I was going through. I think it's a mixture. It's a mixture of getting in an artistic space, and at some point controversy, because how do I put it? You can have all of the amazing things to say in music, if you cannot get people to turn around to say, what? You just might not be able to get it across to people. You must be able to stop, make people stop and turn around. And then when they listen, they'll be like, wow. I think I'm just going to be a musician and let politicians be politicking. So, but as a musician, I'm allowed to take part in the politics of music. Because now my workshop, now there they work, now there they chop. So I think I'm just going to keep my politics in the music industry. After albums start selling for 1.5, I'm going to push it to 3K. The point is that we are going to continue to fight to make sure that Nigerian musicians get proper remuneration for their work. We are going to continue to speak up against piracy. We are going to continue to speak up against lack of royalty structure. In the last how many years, I don't know. I'll probably ask Clan Ray, but I'm sure I will know if we'll be collecting money. You know what I'm saying? I would know. So I don't know what's going on. But we cannot stop talking about these things. We cannot stop asking them to employ technology, employ softwares, automate the process of paying, automate the process of counting the music. Why can't we have softwares that all radios can install? Why can't we release music properly through COSON? Such that when you release your song, you take it to COSON first. COSON registers it, they tag it, then they send it out to the radios. When I did a little stint with TMG in the US, we agreed on the release date, we got the album cover, they did everything that needed to be done, and we waited 3 extra months for the album to get sanctioned by the system there before it's released. Those are the things that guarantees that you will be protected. Because it's a digital space, they can probably tag the songs before they send it out to radio stations. Every time the song plays on any radio, the software automatically counts the play. And COSON can just know for wherever they are, and the software knows how much goes to this certain artist, 3 months, quarterly, biennially, or whatever it is that is agreed on what you should pay. The computers just they do the job, they pay, people get their money. We enjoy that when we use like foreign platforms. Obviously, I feel like the veterans are actually just shitting on themselves. I don't know why, I don't know what they're doing. And many of these guys are still in music, but nobody's saying anything. Maybe because they're getting older, they feel like my days at my prime, I was selling my album for 120. Now we're going to make it 1K, so that all these small boys will be making money. Maybe. Because that's the only reasonable thing I can think of right now. Because I don't want to think that they're not listening, they cannot hear. Quite a handful of older artists are now giving motivational speeches everywhere, asking people to build Nigeria. But they are musicians. What are they doing for the music industry? Why are they talking? Why are they going to proper politics to go and compete with Abuja people and Lagos State government? What are you doing? We're a musician. Fight for the music industry. Fight for better pricing for records. Fight for better royalty distribution. Fight for all of those things. That's what you're supposed to be fighting for. Like, I don't understand. And nobody is saying anything. Nobody cares. Nobody is saying anything. I don't know why. But I'm sure if you get close to people will tell you, I don't want trouble. But this is your workplace. This is your industry. So you like to collect Artist of the Year award, but you cannot fight for what is most important. Yeah, everybody's fighting for awards. They're fighting for positioning. Everybody's fighting for positioning. Nobody's fighting for the most important thing, the one that puts food on our table. Yeah, culture. First of all, our problem is not religion. Our problem is culture. Our cultural practices, they are fucking archaic. Oh, sorry for that. They are so old. Like, we should just take them and keep them aside. Like, there are too many important things than for all of us to be partying every time. We have a baby, we party. Somebody dies, we party. Somebody gets married, we party. Everything that goes on in this country is party, 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 party. Birthdays, party. So many parties everywhere. So when I was growing up, my parents threw a lot of parties, and after everybody's gone home, they will start paying basic. We have a lot of weird cultural practices, and everybody will tell you that's how it's done. Don't. What are you complaining about? Just do what they ask you to do and leave it alone. Call cow bros if you chop meat. That's what we always say. Be humble. Let them slap you. Just take it like that until you get what you want. When you get what you want, then you can tell them to fuck off. Those are wrong practices. Women will say, his money is our money. My money is my money. Wrong practices. Very wrong practices. A lot of things we do it. Yoruba people will say, often running your journey. What is the value of being older than you if I cannot cheat you? It's a popular saying in Yoruba land. It is said every other day and everybody will say yes now. And that's how it is. But these are wrong practices. We say it nicely, calmly, but we practice it. And it's in our day-to-day life. And whether we like to believe it or not, whether we want to remember the slave trade and colonialism, the West, they thrive on integrity. They thrive on honesty. They work. They put in time. When you go to their country, you'll see it. The people are working here. People are putting effort here. You see it. What are we pretending about? We see that the people work. So, yeah. Talking about mending old relationships. Yeah, it's very, very important. Because if you are not able to move past what happened, you yourself will not be able to move forward. So, from 2013, I tried every day to forgive myself, and hope that other people will also forgive me, and so that we can all progress and move forward. And even when it was difficult, when other people tried to pull me back, I made it a point to continue to move forward, to forget, even leave money behind and an album and whatever it takes. Just let it go, let it be, so that you can proceed forward. And without beef for anyone, no beef at all for anybody. But like you said, relationships come and go. That's another strange practice here. We think that it's not supposed to end. Yeah. Even when it's not working anymore, don't go away. But this person is not your wife or your husband. You don't have kids together for you to say, we are going to make it work. No, it's business. So if it's not working, let everybody just go their way and look for their daily bread elsewhere. It has to be that easy. Especially because we are all guilty of a crime here. We are all mediocre. Record labels, artists, managers, everybody is mediocre. So you cannot even prove that the other person cheated you. Yeah. Even though you sued them. Nobody knows exactly what they are doing. Nothing is working. The albums are still selling for 200 naira. Artists are always going to leave labels because nobody is making profit. And nobody is talking about that. The real problems, why the bulk of us keep living and starting on our own. You mentioned it earlier, how is group of musicians are living in the same house. You're talking 10 guys in the same building, and every time they're on TV, they shoot these videos in London or South Africa, and they're celebs. But they have, but that, how long are we going to be doing that for? Then, anytime any of those guys want to become as rich as the main guy, they have to leave him and stand on their own, become successful. That's the only way. So, like, why don't we talk about it? Don't talk about why that is happening so much, as opposed to just saying, all these artists, you invest in them and they just leave you. No, that's not how it works. Do you invest in me so that I can serve you for life? You invested in me so you can make profit. Well, it's actually a very serious matter, especially when both parents are not from the same tribe. So, my woman is Urobo and I'm Yoruba. So, automatically my son is speaking a lot of English. And then, so what I do is, I record as many songs in Yoruba as possible. And fortunately, he likes Brymo's music. So, he gets to listen to a lot of Yoruba from the songs and stuff, yeah. And then he tries to speak Yoruba. Fortunately, he's only 3, so he has enough time. And he's catching up nicely. He sings the songs in Yoruba, so that's a good place to start, I believe. But because I'm Yoruba and Mom was Yoruba, automatically, yes, if both of us spoke Yoruba, we will be speaking it a lot together. And then he will just catch on, straight up, yeah. But because she doesn't, funny enough, she speaks Yoruba. So we speak Yoruba sometimes. And then, yeah, so I believe it will come around to it. It will catch up. It will catch up. I think initially we had an idea for a short film. Yeah. Hey Ya was supposed to be the first of three videos that will be fused together to make a short film. So right after Hey Ya, as you know it to be, I'm supposed to wake up. Okay. I'm supposed to wake up in a badly lit room with just a small oil lamp in the corner, and it's like almost like a mud house, and I'm sweating, and I'm mad. I can't take it anymore. It's too hot, and I wake up, I start to search the room, and I find shackles, and I put them on, and I sell myself to slavery. That was supposed to be the second film, and then it was all supposed to end with God Is in Your Mind. Yeah. And then just about when we were going to shoot the videos and release the album, we had a change of plan. We said, let's go with AI first and see how it does. It's a lot of investment to just go on and do a short film. But I think it still would have been a killer if we did a short film. So 2020. So we did that, and then we did Hey Ya first. And then Hey Ya practically did what a short film could have done, because Hey Ya was trending for 3 solid days. Yeah. So I keep wondering, if it was a whole short film, what would have happened? So Hey Ya was like a little part. If I had done the other 2, people would have most probably they would have understood more why I was wearing the loincloth. Yeah, because with the other video, I wake up and I'm a black man living in Africa and things are not working. So I put on my shackles and I walk to the point of no return. That was supposed to be the second film. So that would have sort of shed more light on the storyline that I was telling. But because I didn't do the other 2, people are like, so why was he naked? I came up with it myself, and my director, Ayo, was like, you're gonna do it? I say, yes, I'll do it. I say, are you sure? I say, yes, I'm doing it. On the day of the shoot, the costume person came with the costume and the slippers and the loincloth, and he handed it to me. He said, bros, it's not too late to change your mind. And I said, no, I'm doing it. And then when we went on we shot, it was hot. And I think there were sunflies. Oh my God. So as I was playing the piano with sunflies, they bite me. I'm like, guy, shoot this thing in 10 minutes because I got to come over here now. So we worked quite hard at it, and 4 hours max to 5 hours, the whole video was done. And Yeah, that's the summary of the story of here. um, for a book, I wanted to write since when I was like maybe 17. So as at the time I started writing songs, I also started writing articles and like poems. So I'll write an article. In fact, when I was about maybe 21, I actually tried writing a book. I wrote like maybe 2 chapters. I'm like, where am I going to go with this story now? And then I will give it up. And that went on and on for years. I couldn't make up my mind to, you know, bend down and just write a book until I think it was maybe 2015. I was talking to Larry Lawal and he said, bros, do them now. Just write the book. I'm like, you sure? He said, if you do them, just do them. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to write like a biography. Tell the truth about my story from when I was a child up until, say, 2016. I said, I'm going to write that. So I wrote it. I wrote a nice biography. But in order, because a lot of people in my story are still very young people. Some of them are still have very active careers. So I was worried that I would put people's real names in these stories. And I was worried about what it might mean, especially if I don't have something good to say about a certain person. It might not be good. It will be recorded in this book for life. So I think I should wait for when we are all old, when it will not matter, before I can drop the real gem, But so I wrote the stories and I changed everybody's names and I sent it to my intended publisher. Yes, so my publisher said, well, if it's a biography, we want all the real names. Then I said, so I spoke to my mentor and he said, no, I think you're too young for that. Just write something else. So pretty much I wrote 2 books in like a year and a half, and then I had to now write a proper fiction. And Eries Plight, that's what the book is called, and it's pretty much, it's quite multifaceted. It's like a lot going on in one book. But 2 things stand out in the book, which is I try to paint a picture of what I thought West Africans especially like we from the south of Nigeria, what we were up to, what we were doing before the arrival of the West. So the story is set in like dark ages. In fact, literally dark ages when nobody even had control of fire. When it gets dark, everybody will crawl back into their huts and sleep and wait for the sun to shine again tomorrow. Or when the moon is full, they could come out and play. And there was a boy called Oriri who was certain that the sun god was a cruel god who deserted his people every night. And so he believed, he constantly dreamt that there's a place where there's light at night. And he wanted to find that place and bring that light back home. And that's it, that's the whole story. So in the middle of all of that, he's going to travel practically across the continent. And then you can the story unveils and some quite juicy details. I think for us, the need for decorum, the need for honesty, for integrity is more. Many times when something happens and you're talking to Nigerians about it, they'll tell you that, but there's corruption in America too. There's corruption here and there too. You really want to compare our corruption with theirs? We cannot do that. We are more corrupt. There's no argument about that. So I think for us, the need for honesty and integrity is very, very, very important. And I think one of the easiest things to do was what we discussed earlier for the music industry. Let us get concrete, original data. Let us find a way to be able to tell for sure what songs people really love to hear. What songs do OAPs truly love to play. So if you can keep a Yola and you can have technology to help you count airplays, you already solved all of the problems. Award bodies will borrow those numbers to decide Song of the Year. They'll borrow those numbers to decide Record of the Year. Charts will borrow those numbers to decide whose songs is being heard the most. It's a very simple logic, very simple solution. So I think once we do that, it won't be so far-fetched. I mean, in the US or other places, they might not award the guy that's supposed to be Album of the Year, but he will be nominated at least. But how did they even find who deserves nomination? That's what they use. They have numbers. They have data. Yeah, so I feel like if we create proper system of gathering data of the movement of records, movement of music within, especially Nigeria, we will be able to fix a lot of problems in a very short period of time. And there's a lot of money to be made. I mean, whoever brings the software to count the music, they go make money. Artists go collect royalty from Kosan. Everybody go make money. They will give Eddies and whoever want to do award those data. They go pay some money to use the data. That's exactly how the system runs, and it functions like a proper business for the good of everybody. Quite a number of people, quite a lot of people. Over the last 5 years, I've worked with many of these people. My organized chaos concert, I ensure that I put 1 or 2 of people like that on it. So this year, I think we had Clay. And we had an amazing performer. I think it would be like Yoruba folk, a man called Wura Samba. And of course, there's my good friend Ibeji. And so my point is, every organized chaos, I try to bring new people on board who will get the opportunity to also use my platform. And I feel like that's the best I can do right now for people, that instead of signing them on, because the album is 200 naira and there's piracy, we are not going to make profits. Yeah. I cannot dabble into that corner. I cannot be explaining to somebody 2 years down the road after we spent 10 million naira on their videos. Yeah. Please. So for now, all I can do is you put people that are amazing on my own platform. And what else? Sometimes I get to talk with many of these upcoming artists, and they are actually serious. They are thirsty. They are hungry for success. And that is the reason why we must start to fix the problems, because we are currently experiencing a brain drain in the music industry, but we cannot see it yet. We are calling it international appeal. Yeah, so that's what we call it now. So, but it's a fucking brain drain, and it's happening currently, and everybody wants it. Everybody wants to go international. I want international. Everybody wants international. We all do. We all want it, you know. But what is best for us as a people is to be able to fix our problems so that we can all enjoy it here. So that younger artists, if you choose to go abroad to pursue your music further, no problem. But for those who stay at home, it should be workable. It should be doable. You know, success should be possible. People should be able to say, yes, my album sold 100,000 copies, and this is what we did. We have done it. Next album, let us sell 1 million. People should be able to project and dream, and those dreams should be attainable.